1. Introduction. My name is Jess. I am 19 years old. My life is quite simple. I go to college during the day. After my classes, I go to my job. I work at a parking lot in the city center. This job helps me earn some money. Every day, many cars come and go. Many people pass by, but one man always gets my attention. He is a man named Jim. Jim is tall and handsome. He has a kind face. He drives a black car and he parks it in the same spot every morning. When he gets out of his car, he often looks my way. He gives a small smile when he sees me. His smile is nice, and it makes my heart feel a little warm. I wish I could say hello to him. I want to speak to him, but I never do. I am too shy. My words stay inside me. I see Jim 5 days a week. He comes when the city is starting its busy day. He always looks neat. He wears nice clothes. Sometimes he talks on his phone. Other times he just walks quickly. I often wonder what he does for work. Does he have a good job? These questions stay in my mind. My job is not very exciting. I help people find parking spaces, take their money, and give them tickets. It is a quiet job. But seeing Jim makes my day a little brighter. It is a small moment, but it is a good one. I know he does not know my name. He probably does not think about me after he leaves. For him, I am just the girl who works at the parking lot. But for me, he is the handsome man who smiles. My friends at work sometimes notice me looking at him. They tease me. They say, "Jess, you like that man, don't you?" I usually laugh. But inside, I know they are right. I do like him. I think about him sometimes. I imagine talking to him, having a real conversation. But I remember how shy I am. It feels like he is from a different world. I just watch him from a distance. This is my simple life, and he is a small, bright part of it. 2. A handsome man. Jim looked like a man from a completely different world. He seemed very rich and always confident. His calm way of being was something I admired. I could only watch him from a distance. Every morning, he drove his black car into the parking lot. I saw him get out and walk away. He never seemed to notice me much, or if he did not show it. Sometimes Jim talked on his mobile phone. His voice sounded clear and strong. Other times, he looked a little tired, like he had worked very hard. I wondered what his job was. I wondered about his life. It felt so different from my simple life of college and work. I wished I could ask him his name, but I did not. My shyness was too great. My friends at work knew about my secret feelings. They often teased me about Jim. "Jess," they would say with a smile, "you like that handsome man?" I would laugh a little, but I never said yes. Deep down, I knew they were right. My heart always felt a little flutter when he was near. I knew it was true. I often dreamed about speaking to him. In my thoughts, I could easily walk up to him and say, "Hello." I imagined a short conversation, maybe about the weather or his car. But when he was actually there, my mouth never opened. My words would not come out. My hands felt cold, and my heart beat very fast. It was like I was frozen. He was a mystery to me. I knew nothing about him, only what I saw from afar. He always wore nice clothes and looked very neat. He walked with purpose, always seeming to know where he was going. I admired his strong presence. It was a quiet feeling, a quiet wish that grew in my heart every day. I wanted to cross the distance between us. I wanted to say more than nothing, but the fear was too big. So I kept my dreams to myself. I kept my feelings hidden from everyone but my friends. They understood my silent crush. It was a simple crush on a man who seemed to live in a different, more exciting world. A world where I felt I did not belong. Still, I watched him. Every single day, I watched him park his car and walk away. He was the most handsome man I had ever seen. And I was just Jess, the girl who worked at the parking lot. After he left, I would finish my shift, go home, and dream about the handsome stranger. 3. A broken car. It was a very rainy evening. The sky was dark and gray. Rain fell heavily from the clouds, making puddles on the ground. Jim was ready to leave the parking lot. He walked to his black car, opened the door, and sat inside. He put his key in and turned it. The car made a strange, loud sound, but the engine did not start. Jim tried again. He turned the key a second time. The car made the same noise, a grinding sound, and still did not start. He tried a third time, but it was no good. The car stayed silent. Jim looked a little worried and frustrated. He tried to start the car many times, but it just would not work. He looked around, perhaps hoping for help. I was still working in my small office. I saw Jim from my window. I saw his car was not moving, and he looked troubled. I knew he had a problem. My father had taught me many things about cars when I was young. He was a mechanic for many years. Because of him, I understood how car engines worked. I knew about different parts and wires. I thought, maybe I can help him. I felt a little scared to go and talk to him, as I was always shy. But I also really wanted to help him. This felt like a chance to finally speak to him, not just watch him from far away. I walked out into the rain. The cold water touched my face. Jim saw me coming towards him. He looked surprised to see me. "Hello," I said. My voice was a little quiet. "Is there a problem with your car?" He looked at me and said, "Yes, it won't start. I don't know what is wrong." I asked him, "May I look? Perhaps I can help." He nodded and said, "Please, if you can, thank you." I walked to the front of his car. I opened the car's hood. I looked inside the engine. There were many parts and wires, all wet from the rain. I looked carefully for a moment. Then I quickly saw a small wire that was loose. It was not connected properly. It seemed like a simple problem, easy to fix. I pushed the wire back into its correct place. It was a quick repair. "Try starting it now," I told him. He went back into his car. He turned the key again. This time, the engine started with a strong, clear sound. It was loud and smooth. Jim looked very happy. He got out of the car and walked towards me. "Thank you so much," he said. His voice was warm. "You saved my night. I was really worried about getting home." I smiled. It was nothing, I said. My father taught me about cars. His smile was kind. My heart started to beat very fast inside my chest. This was our first real conversation. We spoke for a few minutes. It felt good to talk to him, not just watch him from far away. The rain stopped a little. It was a special moment for me. I felt very happy and excited for a dinner date. The next day, Jim came to the parking lot. He parked his car and waited for Jess. When she finished her shift, Jim stood there. He smiled at her. Jess felt her heart beat fast. "Jess," he said, his voice was kind. "Can I take you to dinner tonight?" Jess was very surprised. She felt happy and a little shy. "Yes," she said, "I would like that very much." Jim smiled again. He told her a time and place. It was a nice city restaurant. Jess went home. She thought about what to wear. She chose a simple, clean dress. She felt nervous but also excited. This was her first date with Jim. When she arrived, Jim was already there. He stood up when he saw her. He had a nice smile. The restaurant was warm with soft lights. Small tables had white tablecloths. A waiter showed them to their table. They ordered food. Jim started to talk. He told Jess about his work in business. He traveled to many countries for his job. He spoke about big cities and projects. He also talked about his dreams for the future. Jess listened carefully. His stories were interesting. His life was very different from hers. She felt quiet. She did not have many exciting stories. She just listened and asked small questions. Jim did not seem to mind. He looked at her often as he spoke. The dinner was very nice. The food was good. Talking to Jim was the best part. He was easy to talk to. He made her feel comfortable. After dinner, Jim walked Jess home. The night air was cool. When they reached her door, Jim stopped. He looked at Jess. "You are different, Jess," he said. "Different from other people I know." Jess did not know what to say. She just smiled. She felt a warm feeling inside. Jim said good night. Jess went inside her house. She was very happy. This dinner date was wonderful. She hoped to see him again. She thought about his words. "You are different, Jess." 5. Another woman. After that first dinner, Jess and Jim started to spend much more time together. They would often meet after Jess finished her college classes or her work at the parking lot. They enjoyed simple things, like drinking coffee in small, warm shops or walking slowly in the city park when the sun was bright. They talked for many hours, sharing stories and laughing a lot. Jess felt very happy and light. She liked Jim more and more each day. She often thought about him, and her life felt full of new, exciting moments. She felt a special connection with him. But after some weeks, Jess started to notice something strange. There was another woman in Jim's life. Her name was Lara. Lara called Jim very, very often. Jim's phone seemed to ring all the time with Lara's name on the screen. Sometimes, Jim had to stop their conversations to answer Lara's calls. Jess did not like this. She felt a little uncomfortable and confused. She wondered who this Lara was and why she called Jim so much. It made a small worry grow in Jess's mind. One afternoon, Jess went to Jim's office to meet him. She wanted to surprise him with a small coffee, but Lara was already there. Lara looked at Jess with cold eyes. She did not smile or say hello. Jess felt a strange feeling inside her. Lara often came to Jim's office. Every time, she looked at Jess in the same unfriendly way. Jess did not understand why Lara was always around Jim or why she seemed to dislike Jess so much. This made Jess feel more worried about her time with Jim. Then, one day, Jess was with Jim and Lara came to them. Lara stood very close to Jim. Jess heard Lara speak to Jim in a low voice. Lara said, "You should be with someone like me, Jim." Then Lara turned her head and looked directly at Jess. She added, "Not with her." Jess's heart felt a sudden, sharp pain. It was like a small piece of her heart had broken. She felt very, very sad. The words stayed in her mind, making her feel small and unwanted. Jess felt a deep sadness after Lara's words. Her mind was full of questions. She wanted to ask Jim about Lara. She wanted to know the truth, but Jess was also scared. She was afraid of what Jim might say. She did not want to hear that Lara was important to him. Jess started to doubt everything. Did Jim truly like her? Was she just a temporary person in his life? She felt very unsure of Jim's feelings for her. All the happiness she had felt with him slowly changed into worry and confusion. She felt lost. 6. A sad moment. One evening, the sky was turning dark. I was walking home after work. The streets were busy. Suddenly, I saw two people standing close together near a big hotel. My steps slowed, my eyes focused. It was Jim. My heart jumped when I saw him, but then I saw the woman next to him. It was Lara. She was holding his arm tightly. They looked very comfortable, like a couple. A cold pain shot through my chest. My stomach dropped. Happy times with Jim disappeared. This moment felt dark. I quickly turned away. I did not want them to see me. I did not want Jim to see my sad face. I walked faster, wanting to be far away. The next day, it was hard to feel normal. I had not slept well. My mind was sad. I went to work, but my mind was not there. When Jim arrived, he smiled at me, but I could not smile back. My face was frozen. He walked closer. He looked happy, but I felt sad. I looked at him. My voice was quiet. "Who is she?" I asked. My eyes looked into his. Jim looked surprised. His smile went away. His face became serious. "Lara," he said low. "She is a friend, Jess, just a friend." He paused. "She wants more from me, yes, but I do not want that." He looked straight into my eyes. He tried to explain. He said Lara always tries to be close. He told me he said many times he only saw her as a friend. He did not feel the same way about her. He tried to make me understand, but I was not sure. My mind was full of doubt. I remembered Lara's cold eyes. I remembered her words. "You should be with someone like me, not her." And now I had seen her hold his arm. It was too much. Was he telling the truth or hiding something? My heart was heavy with pain. Tears came to my eyes. I shook my head slowly. "I cannot do this, Jim," I said. My voice was shaky. "I cannot see you anymore." The words hurt me deeply. I felt a deep sadness. It was a final goodbye to my hopes. He did not say anything. He just stood there. He did not try to stop me. This made the pain worse. It felt like he agreed. I turned and walked away. My steps were slow and heavy. I went straight home. My mind felt messy. My dreams with Jim were broken. This was a sad moment. I felt alone. 7, he comes back. Weeks passed. The days felt long and empty. My work at the parking lot did not feel the same. I missed seeing Jim's car. I missed his small smile. Everything around me made me think of him. I felt a deep sadness in my heart. I tried to talk to my friends, but it was hard to explain my feelings. My heart hurt every day. I thought about what he said and what Lara said. I wondered if I made a mistake, but my pain was too big. One evening, as my shift was ending, I walked out into the cool night air. The parking lot was almost empty. Then I saw a shape near the entrance. It was Jim. My breath stopped. He stood there looking at the ground. He looked different. His usual confident face was gone. He looked tired and a little sad. In his hand, he held a small, dark box. My heart started to beat very fast. I did not know what to do. Should I walk away? Should I go to him? He looked up and saw me. He walked closer to me. His eyes were serious. "Jess," he said, his voice soft, "please listen to me for a moment." I could not speak. I just looked at him. "I know I hurt you," he continued, "and I am very sorry for that. Lara, she is a friend. She wanted more from me. She tried to make me choose her. But my choice was always clear. It was always you. I like you, Jess. I do not like Lara in that way." His words were strong and clear. They sounded true. My heart was racing like a fast train. I still could not say anything. It was hard to believe he was really here, saying these words. He slowly opened the small box he held. Inside, on a soft blue cloth, was a beautiful silver necklace. It was simple, but very pretty. It shone under the dim parking lot lights. My eyes went from the necklace to his face, then back again. He took the necklace out of the box. "This is for you," he said, holding it out. "Do you remember that rainy day? The day my car broke down? You helped me. You fixed my car. But you did more than that, Jess. You changed my life. You showed me a different way to live. You made me see what real love is. Not money, not fame, just a good heart." His eyes looked at mine, full of hope. At that moment, all my sadness turned into something else. Warm tears started to fall from my eyes. I could not stop them. They were tears of surprise, of relief, and of a new kind of happiness. He had come back. 8. A lesson about love. Now we are together. Our life is simple, but we are very happy. Jim still works hard in his business. I still go to college classes every day. After my classes, I go to work at the parking lot. Our daily lives continue, but now we share them. We enjoy small moments like drinking coffee in the morning or walking in the park on weekends. These times are important to us. We make new memories every day. However, sometimes people talk. They look at us and say things. Some people think we are too different to be together. They see that Jim is a rich man. They see that I am a college student who works at a parking lot. They believe that love should be between people who are the same. They say Jim should be with someone who has more money or who is older, a woman from his own world. These words can sometimes make me feel a little sad or unsure. It is hard to hear such things from others. But Jim does not listen to these people. He always tells me that their ideas are wrong. He says that love is not about how much money you have. It is not about your social class or your background. It is not about what job you do or how old you are. For him, love is about two people. It is about how they feel inside their hearts. He believes that true love comes from a real connection, not from outside things. His words make me feel strong and loved, and they teach me a lot. I have learned a very important lesson about love. Before, I was very shy. I was afraid to talk to Jim. I thought he was too far away from my world. But that day, when his car broke, I was brave. I went to help him. That small act of bravery changed everything for us. It showed me that real love needs you to be brave. You must be brave enough to speak your mind. You must be brave enough to show your true self. You must be brave enough to take a chance, even when life is not perfect or easy. My journey with Jim started in a very simple place, a parking lot. I saw a handsome man every day. He was a stranger to me for a long time. I never thought we could be together, that our paths would cross in such a way. But I fell in love with this stranger. And he, in turn, fell in love with me. Our story shows that love can be found anywhere. It can grow between people who seem very different at first. It just needs a little bravery and an open heart. We are a lesson that love does not follow rules. It simply finds a way to connect two souls.